my creative friends, how you guys doing today? This is Lisa, Paper Lace and Bling. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're a first time visitor, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in the middle, well no, just the beginning of hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 2023. Whole lot of fun stuff going on, so if you check out at the site, the description box below, you'll see we've got a giveaway at Sweet Pea Paper, so please go over there and do that. You get, for $15 or more at my shop, Paper Lace and Bling, you get a free lace, a free yard of lace, and it's beautiful lace. I showed it in the very first video that I did. And, oh my gosh, we've had several people donate to the participants Christmas papers. So you're going to see some beautiful Christmas papers. So anyway, I am doing a display box. And it's going to be in the shape of a book. And in the front of the book is going to be the display part where if you put it in your shelf with books, that, you know, you're going to see that. I'm going to try and make it really special, and then there's going to be a small mini album and journal tucked into the back of it. So it will still be kind of a book. I have this, I sell a bunch of ephemera paper in my shop, and this was one of the books that is in the ephemera stuff. But I save all of these because it's good book board. It's beautiful, beautiful. So I am going to utilize this for my display box. So it's going to be nice and strong. And I'm just cutting off the spine because my book's going to be quite a bit wider than, what is this? Like 1.5 inches. So we're going to cut off the spine. I'm going to be working with, oh my gosh, I can't think of what the name of it is, and I was just saying it while I was looking for it. Where is my, all I can think of is Kotex, and that's not it. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can say that on a G-rated show. Yeah. Shoot. One of you will have to text me if I didn't, if you can remember the name of this stuff. But we can oil this down and it can look just like leather. But I can't remember the name of it. It's really nice and thick and wonderful to work with. So it's going to look like a leather bound, I hope, like a leather bound book. All right, so you guys get the size of what I am working with here. This is basically 7 3/4 across this way and 10 1/4 across this way. Now my book is going to be like this. So the 7 3/4 side, is that really going to be quite long enough? Or if I do it this way, well, I could put a drawer underneath and then have that much. No, it's got to go this way because I need about this much space for my book to go into. I don't want to make it too small because then you can't get 4x6 pictures in it, and that's kind of a pain in the tushy. So yeah, so it will be the 7 3/4 high, and that'll be fine. I'll just make it a little wider than I was so that I can have some space. So there is 4 inches, and that probably will be perfect because then I can make, probably will make it like 4.5, and I can make 2-inch spines. Yeah, I think so. And I think they will probably be a separation between the two books in the back. That's what I'm thinking. But you know me, guys, I fly by the seat of my pants. I've got it all up here in my head, and I just have to figure out what it is I'm going to be doing. So, all right. So that's why it's a follow along type video. Those are the kind I make. For these kind of builds, I do post the measurements when I go to do these. I do post the measurements. So other than that, I don't do much of that. I am not very tech savvy. I've had to learn a lot with the Etsy shop and Facebook group, and I still don't know what I need to know. But you know, I have enough to be dangerous. But my good friend Teri Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, who is the one that did all the work on this. I just spent a little bit of money. That's all. And she's a wealth of information. She'll probably kick me in the butt for telling you guys that, but she is very, very tech savvy. So it's really nice to have that. Okay, so I have my sides. I have my now I need. So let's see. This I did bring. None of these are going to be 4 inches though. But I think I'm going to have to double that anyway to get, yeah. So my medium-sized chipboard, whatever I do, I'm going to have to double it up so that it's the same size as this. And then we're going to have to cut out a frame from the spine. So we will have to make sure that we have a nice strong spine. Yes. Okay, so let's get started on that. I should be able to do the spine all in one, and this is not going to be needed, I don't think. My cutter for my chipboard. Now, I think 4.5 is going to be a very good size for me. And it's going to allow me to, do I want to do it 4.5? Because I need to leave a good 1/2 inch all the way around so that it's going to have structure on the back, you know, on the outside. And that way it'll also frame in the display box, and then all of the working parts and things, you won't see as much of that because there'll be just that little 1/2 inch lip that I can hide things behind. So that's always nice. Okay. So if I cut it at 4.5, that's going to be a 3.5 inch opening. I have to see what that is. Where's my ruler? What did I do with my ruler? It's over here. Let me see. 3.5 versus 4. But if I make a 5 inch spine, I'm just gonna make it work. I'm going to do the 4.5. I just don't want to get out to 5. It's just too large. Yeah. Okay. So 4.5. Alrighty. So we're going to cut one. Banging my fingers on the back end here. There we go. And then another one at 4.5. And 4.5 is 11.4 centimeters. So, and I'll give you the centimeters of the book as well. Okay, so there's my two 4.5 inch spine pieces. Put this all back in my drawer. All right, centimeters on this is 19.7 this way. And 26.1, 26 to 26.1 this way on the centimeters. Okay, and then the spine was 11.4. So I need to make the spine the same height as my two, as my two sides are. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down. I only need one. Make it a little easier. Lay this down nice and flush and take a pencil. And I'm gonna, let me go ahead and get it on the other side without the paper, because that's gonna have to be cleaned up just a little bit, I think. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is make sure that I cut this line off. I'm gonna put that just past my cutting mark. There we go. Let me double check. Yes. Okay, so I just need to do the same thing with this one. We're gonna flush top, bottom, and sides, draw your line, and then just cut that line off. And we will have all the makings. Now I'm going to put these over yonder way too. Okay. All right, I don't think I need that anymore. So now I am going to go ahead and get my glue all, and I'm going to glue I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to glue. Oh yeah, I was. Come on, I want you to come out. I don't want you to fall down into my glue. Sorry guys. This is always so very aggravating. Alright, well I guess it fell down into my glue. Great. Alright, so here we go. And really the outside is the only thing you really have to worry about, is the 1/2 inch on the outside, because everything else is going to be cut. Alright. Layer down. And you just have to watch out with the glue all, because it is not quite as fast drying, that you will move a smidge when you put pressure on it, squeeze it, or whatever. And I'm gonna oh god, that just, I can taste chipboard now. There we go. It just was a titch bigger. So now we are good. So while I'm waiting for it to dry, I am going to go ahead and put my marks 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And then this way. Let's bring it out just a little bit. There we go. 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Then let's flip it this way. Half inch, 1/2 inch, and this side. Now if you have a T ruler, it makes it go a little quicker. Okay, but of course with the Tommi ruler you can always just line the 1/2 inch up, but this one has lost so many of its marks, so it's kind of hard to. There's one. Where's my other one? Oh, I'm right on it. Okay, so here we go. There's my 1/2 inch there. So I do use the Tommi, but I also want to make sure that I have my, I'm going to get over here on the white so that I can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, and then last one. Okay, so this center part is where we're going to cut out, and that is going to be my display area, and it's going to go back inside the book a little bit too, so we will have a fun space to do some decorating with. Now I'm trying to see if I can move this, and it is not moving, so I think it's probably dry enough. And I'm going to get my little mat back out again. There we go. All right. Now don't push hard. Just make sure you maintain right next to the ruler. And actually, once you get a good not through yet. Once you get a good groove, you actually don't need just stay in the groove. Till we make it through to the other side, to the other side. I don't know any more of the words. Oh, not even a little dent coming through. Cutting through 2 bits of chipboard is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And that felt like it did pretty well. We're getting there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way around. You guys don't need to sit here and watch all that. Long and boring. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now what we're going to do... Oh, and another thing that I did was I just kind of got rid of all the little bits and pieces of from the cut. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. I did have one spot where I got a little high and then a little low. So you can work on the high spot and it'll make the low spot look even less low. So there you go. These things are wonderful. I think they're for acrylic nails. I think that's what they, you know, are for. But okay. Now what I want to do is I want to build the inner box that I'm going to put the display in. I'm actually going to build myself a whole little box. So it's going to have to not be on the, well, let's see. When I attach these, there's going to be 1/4 of an inch. So I can build the box so that it's right on the edge, top and bottom. Yeah. And then I'm just going to build the, you know, build the book around it. So, yeah. Okay, now, this, oh, dagnabbit. Okay, let's see what this is. This is 4.5 by 4 1/4. So this matches this way perfectly. I don't know why that looks like it's not square. Because it's not. It's close. It's close. Let's see. Okay. It's just, I think it's an, my husband calls them an optical contusion. But that is probably going to be nice for the display area. What? Okay, so let's see how much room that will leave. Well, okay, let's, when we do this, be right about like that. And my ruler, I always put it every place different every time. This will be, if I do this, it will be probably about 5.5 by 7.5. That's a good size. That's a good size. 5.5 by 7.5. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and utilize these. I have a second one here. And let's see if they are in fact the same. And they are. Okay, so I have my bottom and my top. And these have to attach to the back. They can't attach to the top of my frame. They have to attach to the back. Okay? So, there's that. And then all I'm going to need now are 2 sides and a back. Now, none of these pieces were 4. Can I get a piece out of this? I think I can. So it's 4.5 this way and 4 1/4 that way. So let's see, do I have 4 1/4? Yes, I do. Good. So there's one side out of my scraps. Always check your scraps, guys. Always, always, always check your scraps. This is also going to help give, I'm sorry, it's storming outside, and my husband and I were sitting outside, and all of a sudden then I came in and started videoing, and after I shut the video off, I heard my husband saying, "No, come here, come here." There was a deer going through our yard, and Hooch was out with my husband, and he decided to chase after the deer. She normally does not do, but I don't know. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip. So I'm out in the rain running after him. I'm like, I'm dying here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this that I did with the other. Now remember, we need this to be let's see. We need this to be, this will sit on top of the top and it'll sit on the bottom. It'll sit on top of the bottom and on the underside of the top. So it needs to be this much thinner. Twice that. It needs to be this much thinner. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get these lined up. We're gonna do this without measuring. We're gonna line it up, and below this line is the size of the frame, right? Now I'm gonna take these two pieces, I'm gonna line them up right on the edge. I need to get my light just right. I don't have all my lights on. I'm sorry, guys. Whoa, I just realized that. Ah! Okay, so then I'm putting this up underneath. Oh, I need new glasses so bad. And now I'm going to put a line. So, can you see that? So this bottom line, which isn't exactly straight, let's line this up and put this against that bottom line and make sure that we're going to have something nice and straight there. Okay, so now I'm going to cut off just at the edge of this second line that we drew. And then all we'll have to do is match that up on the other one. I'll have to go and dig around and see if I have another scrap, so I don't have to cut into one of my twelve by 12s. Huh. There we go. Okay, so there's one. There's that. There's that. Now I just need another one. So I'm going to go ahead and go and check my scraps. If not, I'm going to go ahead and cut out a second one. I can give you the measurements now. So we are at 4 1/4 or 10.4 centimeters this way. And we are at 7 5/8 or 19.5. Okay, right in there. It's just back short of 19.5, but you guys, I'm sure will be able to make that work. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then I shall return.